Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about bodybuilding and dating, just because bodybuilding does require a pretty intense lifestyle and it can be pretty isolating at times, which obviously isn't always the greatest for relationships. So, we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the pros and the cons, what works for us, and how we maintain a healthy relationship despite us both being bodybuilders. So, to start, I think an important thing to touch on is actually going out on dates. I feel like a lot of people feel like it's harder to go on dates when you are into bodybuilding, especially if you're like in a contest prep or in like a strict or more strict cutting phase, because you can't always do things that involve food. And a lot of, in today's society, a lot of things, a lot of social things do involve food. So Cody and I have been trying to come up with different things that we can do that don't involve food. So like going to the movies or like yesterday.
First off, we suck at picking movies. Whoever has seen, what is it, Iron Claw,
Oh my God, yeah.
and you like that movie, there's something wrong with you. Because that movie was awful.
It was just so dull.
We left after an hour because that movie sucked so bad. And all the movies that have been coming out have not been good, or at least to our liking.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yesterday we decided to go minute golfing. Let's just roll some of the footage of that.
Good luck with the hair.
Yeah, this is rough. In line. We got the goods. You guys can't see, I just got a hole in one. Yeah. Shocker. Cody won.
All right. And surprise, surprise. Guess who won?
I do just want to point out though that I did get a hole in one for like the first time in my entire life, and Cody did not get a hole in one. So I beat him in that aspect at least.
She did get a hole in one. I did not. So, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so as far as other date ideas that you can do that don't involve food, so there's mini golf, movies, going to an arcade, going to the beach, bowling, even though Cody hates bowling. But yeah, there are, like, bottom line is there are other, like, things that you can do with your significant other that don't involve food. Or even if you guys want to, like, bring your meal prep together and go, like, do, like, a picnic on the beach or something like that. Like, there are still ways to continue going out on dates, even when I'm in prep or when he's in a strict cutting phase and stuff. We still make it work. And I think that is an important part of maintaining a healthy relationship is still making sure that you are, getting out of the house and going on dates and doing things together that you both enjoy.
Yeah. And to tally off that, now it's coming down to the point where she's on prep and my calories are up because I'm up to 2,600 calories now. So, and it's good getting it. So how do I want to put this? When it comes to date ideas and everything like that, yeah, you want to kind of stray away from any food related because how mean of it would it be, guys? Asking you, not her, because I already know how she feels. How would you feel if you're saying you're going through a rigorous bodybuilding prep? You are strict to your diet. You can only have these foods. You are paying for a coach, so you are held liable. But here's the thing: some people don't have all the willpower that others do. So what if I was like, hey, babe, let's go out to eat where I'm gonna get something normal, and you can bring your steak, rice, and was it green beans or is it pineapple?
Green beans.
Green beans.
But okay, but like here's my thing on that.
I'm gonna be drinking alcohol, and you're gonna be drinking, I'm assuming, water.
See, we've talked about this before, and honestly, like I've done that before, like gone out with friends and family and stuff, and just brought meal prep when I'm on prep because I mean, you still want to be able to like spend time with your family and friends and stuff. You don't want to completely isolate yourself because bodybuilding is isolating enough as it is. So sometimes it is nice just to be able to go out with them and just bring your meal prep with you. That being said, that is not for everybody. You do have to have some extra discipline because I mean sometimes it's hard to like watch other people around you eat good food. Personally, I love it. I really enjoy just like the smell of good food. So I'm like, just give me all the smells. I'll eat my little meal prep and like I'm smelling it as I'm eating it. So it's kind of like I'm eating it. But anyway, also prep is like I keep telling him this like too, like I'm signing up for this, like I'm fully like this is my decision. So I don't want him to have to struggle necessarily. I mean, right now it's different because he is reversing, so he is still sort of on a more strict diet plan for the time being. But yeah, that is an option too. Obviously, it's not the best option. So doing something that doesn't involve food is probably better, and it can be more fun for the both of you. So moving on from that, so the importance of continuing to go on dates, that is something that helps us. Another thing, I guess, is just being patient with one another. It can be hard. It can be hard sometimes. Because
Literally. I had a moment of annoyance this morning, and I snapped at her because she's someone who likes to stuff shit away, and I'm like, where are the new balls I just bought for the dog that he can't rip through? And I'm like, and I was like, I'm like, don't do that. And I'm like, but I know, but it was me being like hangry, and I was just, I'm in the morning, no caffeine, no food. Yeah, I'm not really perky. I'm kind of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie. From time to time, so I understand that, and I do make sure that I apologize when I do that shit. But no, she is like her prep brain literally put his food in the microwave with a fork in it. That's one thing. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Two, a couple nights before she forgot. She usually meal preps my last meal. She forgot to do that. Not saying I can't do it. It's just that's what it normally happens. She forgot to, and so I'm like, prep brain's really setting in.
Yeah.
So but the thing is that like, yeah, there's things that I do that like probably like when I suck at cleaning a dish or don't put a dish away or don't do something right away. Nico, can you stop licking my foot? Where she's annoyed with me. I know that, and especially with her being on prep, a lot of things are gonna annoy her that didn't used to before, and I understand that. But I have to keep reminding myself that because I'm going into a state where I'm having more food. She's in a state where she's hungry and she has like a shorter fuse.
And that's like another thing too is, so obviously like hormones and everything all out of whack. So sometimes I get like, I can feel myself getting agitated, especially like when I'm hungry, or I like get upset about little things that I'm like, I can literally tell myself, like, Arlena, if you were not in prep right now, like, this wouldn't be bothering you. Like, why are you so upset? So I try to, like, take a step back sometimes when I feel myself getting, like, irritated and just be like, listen, is this something that's actually worth being upset about or not? And I try to, like, keep it in check. It is hard sometimes. Sometimes I do come off a little bit, grumpy, and I don't mean to. It's just, that's something I'm really trying to work on, obviously, because like I said, I'm signing up for this and it shouldn't impact Cody. But Cody's been great, honestly, where like I'll have days where I'm clearly just not in a good mood and he, puts up with it to a point. Like he shouldn't have to put up with it. He does keep me in check as well. Like if I'm being over the top, like I feel like we put each other in check too, because even when you were cutting, like you're like, when you're hungry, you're gonna have moments where you're agitated, and as much as you try not to, sometimes it will sort of come out. Sometimes
I have a wiener
oh
dog.
my God. Sometimes
If you can't see, my dog is in my crotch, and he's just
Nico-
like, I want attention. Give me attention.
but
Stop doing YouTube. Do dog
Don't do
stuff.
dog.
Don't do dog.
Anyway.
That sounds like another channel.
Moving on. But yeah, as much as you try not to, sometimes it can come off the wrong way towards your significant other, and it can be hard. So just reminding not only yourself to keep your own emotions in check, but also like, if things get out of hand, like, don't be afraid to like communicate and say these things, because you want to make sure that you are still communicating. That's another big thing, is just keeping. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh no, my ribs.
But yeah, so having patience with each other, taking a step back when you are feeling extra emotional, and just reevaluating the situation to see if it's actually worth something getting upset over, and just being mindful of the other person's feelings as well. And that's something that Cody has been really great about this prep. Go ahead.
I've never had a girlfriend prior to this that's ever went through bodybuilding before, so it is different to see, because I've been through prep once, and now I'm seeing it from an external point of view, where my family saw me when I was on prep versus now I'm seeing when someone else goes through prep, and now I can see some of the things that I didn't see before. That, like, because when you're in prep, you're not really thinking about it, but when you have an outside source that can kind of, like, you know, like from like a Windows perspective, can kind of see what's going on, it's a whole different thing. But the thing is that I can remind myself, I'm like, I've been there. I know what it's like to be exhausted. I know what it's like to be hungry. So to circle back to this whole tangent that we had on, that's why I don't ask her to go to restaurants or anything like that, or will I ask her until prep is over?
Even though you don't have to, but okay. I do appreciate that.
But it's like okay, like, because I'm already reversing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going through prep.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just wait the extra few weeks until you're ready to do it, so we can enjoy that thing kind of together? Like, the first time we get to go out to eat, the first time we get to drink alcohol,
right?
Whatever it is. So.
And that's another thing too, is like, when we were saying like, don't, or steer away from things that involve food. I mean, when you're on like a strict regimen, like a contest prep or a cut or a reverse, that's one thing. But just also remember that it's not forever. Like, you guys are still going to be able to go out on like fun food dates and enjoy food together in your times where you're able to be a little bit less strict and a little bit more flexible with your eating. So that's another thing too, is just remembering that it's not permanent. But I do think one thing that also really helps is, even though it can be like, it can be a pro and a con that we are both into bodybuilding, I think it's definitely way more of a pro, because bodybuilding is such an extreme lifestyle. Cody sort of understands it, but to the outside person, I feel like that could cause a lot of issues. They would be like, well, why do you have to spend all day at the gym? Why can't we ever go out to eat? Stuff like that. But Cody is really understanding of that, obviously, because he is into the same lifestyle and he knows like what that requires.
Because I've talked about it in my last video, is when you go out with family and friends who are not a part of the lifestyle or understanding of it, that you're going to get a lot of, when are you going to eat normal again? When do you get to do this? When do you get to have fun? When do you get to drink and have fun with us? And if you guys want to hear about that whole TED Talk I had, it's in our last video of part of my reverse diet series. Just, you gotta try to like gauge those situations, because I mean, your family, sometimes they either get it or they don't. And I would think more people don't get it rather than get it. Got it?
For sure, yeah. So yeah, it is nice that we are both into the bodybuilding lifestyle. That way we're very understanding of each other, of what's required, our time and stuff like that. I mean, really the only con that I can think of is like when we're both dieting and we're both hungry, so we're like a little bit more on edge. But other than that, I feel like I feel like there's like no other cons, honestly. Like it's great that another thing that's great about us both being bodybuilders is that we both have to go to the gym every day, and so that is something that we can do together. So it's like kind of like an extra little date that we get every day, even though we don't always lift like right near each other. It's just still nice being there at the same time, and just getting to see each other in that aspect as well. Nico.
My wiener dog came back.
um, but yeah, so I guess just to summarize, making sure that you guys still are frequently going on dates is a big part. You don't have to isolate yourselves just because you have goals to hit. You know, there are other activity-based things that you can go out and do. Even us just like filming these YouTube videos, honestly, has been something that's really fun, I think, because it's something that we can do together, which has been fun as well. And then, you more to say?
Well, we both wanted to do YouTube individually at one point or another. I just think there was just a lack of pulling the final trigger. I don't know. It was not so much about the whole doing the process of it. It was more of the point where you're starting to put yourself out there to be judged. Now, I have done other things where, streaming and stuff like that where you can be judged, but it was never really a huge audience, like stuff like that. So, and trust me, we don't do this for viewership. We do this because it's like a diary log, video log. It's something that we do together. So we don't care necessarily, but guess what we can do? 5 years down the line, we can go back and look at these and be like, hey, look at us 5 years ago. Look how small I was.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think that's so much fun. Like just being able to like have this documented and stuff, and just it's fun to make too, because it's like something, it requires some creativity and stuff. And so just like for us to like brainstorm video ideas and stuff like that, and just it's something creative that we can do together. So I think that's super fun as well. But yeah, so making sure that you're still going on dates, doing things together outside of the house, not just, gym, work, sleep every day. So that helps a lot. Also, just being understanding of each other's feelings, keeping your own emotions in check, being patient with one another.
So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Anabolic Couple. We are going to be posting up some videos for you guys to check out. There's going to be one over here and one over here. I appreciate it if you would like the video and if you would subscribe to the YouTube channel. And that's going to be all from us today.
All right, see you guys in the next one.